My name's Amanda, the Nerdy Krafter, and I'm here today because I have been watching Crafting Chaos for a few, probably months now, and I love her Monday evening Craft Chaos where she gives you 15 minutes to make her card. I have been watching and lurking, I should say, and I've decided I want to try it. I want to see if I can do this in 15 minutes. I want to see, especially with some of my art impressions watercoloring, I want to see if it's possible to watercolor in 15 minutes. So the only thing that I have prepared is I've decided on the stamp set. So unfortunately, this Monday's card challenge is hearts, and I'm assisting with my yoga class on Monday night, so I'm not able to follow along, but I did want to practice, so I am giving it a old college try. So I've only pulled out a card base, some possible paper that I might want to use on my project, may or may not use it. I've got some different watercolor here, my blocks, my pens. I have not even gotten my brush ready to use yet, so we're starting from scratch here. This is all that we have pre-done. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit the timer and see what we can get done in 15 minutes. So this is a challenge for me too, to see if this is even possible. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. So this is a new Bible journaling set that Art Impressions just came out with. And I'm absolutely in love with these hearts. They totally speak to me. This is my first time using it. I just got it in the mail yesterday. So I was so excited when I saw the challenge for this month was hearts, because I'm like, this is so perfect. So now this little piece of paper is actually going to be absolutely perfect. The right size here. Again, brand new stamp, has never been used. I'm just going to add a little extra sticker in place because I don't have room, I don't think, for the magnets to hold. So I'm just going to tape down those corners. So I'm a lazy stamper, so just rubbing it off with my hand is usually how she goes. And I need to figure out where all the roses are here. So these are hearts. Once you color this the first time, it's going to be easier to find where everything's at, what are the flowers and what are the leaves. But this very first time is going to take me just a second longer because I have to find everything. But that is when the packaging does come in super handy. Okay, I think that's a heart, that's a leaf. I can always color over the leaves if I need to, if I accidentally overcolor. Okay, heart, leaf. Beautiful. Okay, just remember everything's backwards. So I should probably do it this way so it's all in the right direction. That helps even more. So it matches up with the stamp. Okay, so those are leaves, leaves, leaves. Heart, heart, heart. Like I said, this first time, probably should not have done this for my 15 minutes because it does take just a little bit to get it figured out. But, you know, this is reality, especially when we pull out a stamp set for the very first time. And I don't want to rush myself because, you know, 15 minutes, they say, is a recommendation. It's not like a requirement. So I want to make sure that I'm doing this stamp set justice at the same time. Oh, that was a rose there and there. I thought I was missing one. And that's a little rose there. Welcome to the Bonnie's way of watercoloring. Clean everything up with your fingers. By the end of the day, I will have fun colored little fingers here, which is fine. These are water-based markers, so they do clean up really easily. Very worst case, a shower and washing your hair gets them completely cleaned up. But Dawn Power Wash is my best friend and really takes off everything that I need it to. Okay, one more pass here. Got that last little rose. I love that I can use my MISTI for this because if I miss a section, I can always go back. All right. So we're already 4 minutes in. I'm going to bring in my stamp press. Oops, as I throw things on my desk. Just a light rub. Perfect. Great. Okay, let's get to watercoloring. I'm just going to leave the stamp in there for a moment. All right. So I'm trying a new microphone and some new lights for my setup here. So we'll see if this gets any better. First thing you want to do is just come in and pull some of the color out from what we marked up. I'm kind of going around where I think the shadows are going to be the darkest, down where things are hiding, where the petals overlap each other. So the first pass is always pulling out from the markers from the stamping, and then the second pass we come in from the palette and bring some more color in. Oops. Make sure I have my timer so I can see where I'm at. When you're watching other people do 15 minutes, it seems like it's a long time. When you are actually the one doing the 15 minutes with a little timer going off behind you, 15 minutes goes by really fast. You'd be surprised. But I want people to know that watercoloring, especially this Art Impressions watercoloring methodology, is quick and fast. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours and feel like, you know, I don't have time to do a really pretty project. The stamps really do all of the work for us. Okay, so let's bring in some additional pinks here. So I've got my 725. I'm going to bring 2 pinks in and 743. So the 743 is a new one. It's not in my base that I normally use, but it's a gorgeous pink. So I did want to bring in just a little more. The first one I did was more of a purple pink because I love purple. And then I'll bring in more of the true pinks because pink roses are absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love Tombow markers. The only colors that I do struggle a little bit with are the true pinks. They don't generally have a lot of dimension to them like some of their other markers do. Some of their other markers are absolutely phenomenal. The browns, the blues, they're dimensional and they really have multiple layers to it. So as soon as you add water to it, you get greens and blues and, you know, just a lot of different variety. I've not found a pink yet in the line that really does that same. They're just a little more one-dimensional. So I really like to pull in more than one marker when I'm working with the pinks. Whereas some of the other ones I don't have to pull in more than one color with. So if Tombow comes out with a new color, that would be my recommendation. I need just a little more variety with my straight pinks. I'd love, you know, maybe some blue undertones or purples with it. Like the first marker I brought in was more of a purple with a pink versus the pink like this one is. Okay, perfect. Oops, I think I missed this top one up here. And I'm not afraid of mixing colors, so I'm just going to tap in. Now from watching, it's like as long as my base image is done, I can assemble the card after the 15 minutes, which is good. But I'm going to do my best to try to get all of it done in that 15 minutes. So this may take a little practice. Not used to timing myself. Perfect. All right, let's bring in the green. So we're going to do 249 green. I'm just going to tap in a little bit of green to these beautiful leaves here. Beautiful. Okay, that's all I need for that. I'm going to clean off my work surface real quick so I don't make another mess. And because, you know, we're having fun here and playing, oops, let me keep that running. I do love this additional heart here. And I watched in the live, I might need the bigger block for that. I generally try to use the smallest block possible, but that one is just a little too. That Bonnie had used some gold paint, but I don't have that gold paint yet. So I'm going to bring in this Lisa Horton, which is my favorite, the metallic or interference inks. I have both of them, but this gold is so pretty. So I'm going to test it on the back first. That first stamp's always, ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, gorgeous. I love it. Okay. Sorry. I love trying things on the fly too. You know, I want you to see how I work. Oh, so pretty. All right. I love distressing my edges. So of course we're going to bring in the Catherine Pooler. Now, Irene did introduce me to the Lisa Horton Soft Black. I did just get it. I have not tried it yet. So I have some things I need to stamp up. If I have time, I'll do a sentiment with it. But we will see if I have actual time for that. Okay. The other thing that I kind of was interested in is maybe I love these little hearts in the background here. If I was smart, I would have brought out my Lisa Horton purple. Just want to see what a tone-on-tone would look like with the hearts. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Or, ooh, let's go wild. Let's live on the wild side. Let's see what the... Oh, the gold's even better. Okay. So I'm just making a quick pattern background. And I don't need to fill in the whole area because I'm going to have pattern paper behind it. Okay, perfect. Ooh, we're at 13 minutes. Man, that time goes fast. Okay, so this is just a scrap piece of paper from my stash. I love to try to use up my scraps before I go pull anything new, which means I have a lot of new because I've been gifted with so much, so many people's scraps. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? So I do need to trim this down a little bit. It is at a card base size and I like a white border around it. Probably should have done that before I inked everything up, but you know, hey. So 4 inches by 5 1/4. we are going to come in right under the wire here. Grab my ATG gun. So I love my ATG, especially because I can glue everything, you know. I can add the tape to the back of it and then put it all down. But Barely Arts is my wet glue of choice. Oops, of course my ATG decides to be a challenge here. So I may have to... Who knew I'd have to fix my ATG mid-challenge? I should have just pulled my glue. Because I got 30 seconds left. Oh, goodness. So now this is a time for Team Eyeball, where I'm not going to have the opportunity to bring in my Pear Blossom Press rulers to help me line this up exactly. So this is Team Eyeball. Perfect. All right, and I did smear just a little bit in there, so I'm going to fix that up. It is down. I'm counting it, even though I'm just doing some touch up on the area here. I'm going to call this good. I'm going to touch up this little area and post a picture of this, but oh my goodness, that was a lot of fun. I think I'm going to come in. Actually, let's come in. Because of that ubu, I do need to fix it because, you know, that's me. So I'm going to give a little bit of a blue sky background. So I'm not counting this because I'm fixing a mistake, but you could, in theory, count it as I've gone over just a little bit. But I'm going to just bring in some blue sky here. The thing with watercolor also is that it does dry back. See, this is what I was talking about earlier with when you add water to this blue. Look at how that changes and it brings in some of the purple also. I just want a hint of the blue on here. Just simply because I had that ubu. That's what we call an opportunity to embellish. So that is my embellishment to get rid of that. Okay, so I did, in theory, go over, but I'm hoping we can count it as really, really close. If I didn't have that ubu, I think I would have made it just in the nick of time. So the last thing that we always do on these projects, this is a hand-painted, one-of-a-kind original, so I am going to sign it and put the year on there. I love going back and looking at previous projects that I've done over the years and seeing the progression of my watercoloring. So thank you so much for joining me. This is Amanda, the Nerdy Crafter, and I am trying to do the Crafty Chaos with Irene's 15-minute challenge for her Monday live that she has. Please join in Monday and watch her. I think you will absolutely love the challenge. Give it a shot. I was really impressed. So give it a shot. Try it out. See if you can get a card done in 15 minutes also. Now, I did go over a little, so cut me some grace, but thank you so much. Let me know in the comments if you have tried this before and if you're interested in trying it. Take care and have a great day.